Hi, I'm Justine Louise. Welcome to my channel. So it is a new year, and as you can see, I have a new filming space. We actually set this up over the holidays in our spare bedroom. So if you're a guest of mine, you have nowhere to stay, I'm afraid, because this is my new proper filming space. If you're new to my channel, you may not have seen, I used to kind of film in my kitchen. This was just kind of an experiment, and we were playing with lighting and cameras and seeing if I enjoyed it. And yes, I am enjoying it very much. So we decided to designate a space in my house so everything can always be set up, because it is quite a big job to do the setup. Well, big job for my husband anyway, so we'd rather just have it all set up permanently. So anyway, I hope you like it. I'd love any feedback if you enjoy my new space, but so far I'm really liking it. So the next thing that's part of Happy New Year is resolutions. Now, I know we all want to come up with resolutions. It could be health, all sorts of things, be a nicer person. One of mine is, I'm a bit of a hoarder, or should I say, I'm a big hoarder. And because I love beauty products, I tend to hoard beauty products as well. Not necessarily things that I've bought, but things that I get as samples. I order a lot from Sephora, and if you order online, you know you get samples all the time with your purchase. They also have beauty offers, they have gifts with purchase, and I also buy from numerous other places in town and online, and I get a lot of samples, and I just hoard them away and I don't use them, and I continue to buy new products. One of them in particular is fragrances. I absolutely love perfumes, and I have an enormous collection of perfumes, but yet I also have a big thing of samples. I don't even know what's in here. I get them and I stash them away and I never try them. So my resolution this year is, rather than purchasing items, and that includes fragrance, I'll give you a list of all the things that I have here that I promise I won't buy. And it's on the internet now, so I have to keep up with it. And one of them is fragrance. I love perfumes. I love to buy perfumes, but I do get bored of them rather quickly. And they take forever to get through them. So I think what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to use my samples as well as my collection, and I vow to not buy any perfumes. It's going to be especially difficult because we go to South Africa every year. I'm going in February, and one of my little treats is in the London airport is I always buy myself a perfume. So I'm not going to do that this year unless, and this is my disclaimer, unless it is something you can't buy here or online. If it's something from a certain country that's, you know, from a boutique, or for example, we went to France a year or two ago and I bought a perfume that you could only buy there. So something like that where it's specific to the area, but I'm not buying any Gucci, Chanel, Stella McCartney, nothing. So I'm just going to use my fragrances. And then what I thought I would do is I would follow up with every single item that I've used in my empties. So that way I will be doing a few more empty videos than I normally do. I usually collect my things for a couple months and then report back, but I think I'll do it once a month, and that way I'll report back on some of the items that have used and used up, and what my opinions are of them, because I have all these wonderful samples. I should be using them and trying them. So the first one we've already mentioned, that's fragrance. So I've got all these. I've got Gucci, Tom Ford, Marc Jacobs, and there are quite a few multiples of the same fragrance. So if I didn't like it after first initial try, what I normally do is usually go to mom. Or another thing that I do with my samples, and maybe this might be an idea for you. We have a local charity in town. It's a pet charity. I like to donate to animal charities. That's my favorite thing. I do donate to other things, but animals is my first and foremost. And what I do is I normally make up beauty baskets, and I include full-size items and lots of little samples and things, and then I give them to the charity when they have an annual silent auction, and they can be used as auction items. Or I've told them if you want to give them to your volunteers, because I know a lot of the people put in a lot of time and effort to volunteer and with no pay or don't want any pay, but these are just nice little treats. So that is another thing I do with my samples, and it might be an idea for you if you are a hoarder like myself and have a lot of them. So I think we've kind of gone over the fragrance ones. So I'm going to chip away at these this year, and I'm actually really excited. There's some beautiful fragrances in here that I should be using. The next one on the list is hair products. Now I do have hair products that are my tried, tested, and true. I'm a huge fan of Unite hair products that you buy at the hairdressers. I also really like my Bumble and Bumble, but my hair does get tired of these, so I kind of chop and change, but I do have a large collection of those. And a rather large collection of samples of shampoos, styling products. It's a lot. So I'm gonna go through these as well. Originally what I do is I keep these and I take them on vacations with me because they're so easy to pack. They're not bottles, and those little travel size bottles are actually more expensive than the full size. So I usually hang on to these, but I've actually got so many, it's just ridiculous. So I'm going to be trying the hair care products as well. So I plan to not buy any hair care products, shampoo, styling products, with the exception of dry shampoo, because I do use that very regularly and I don't have enough samples of that to get me through a year. So that is one exception. The next one is skincare. I have department store stuff. I have Charlotte Tilbury. I have tons of Sephora brands, some indie brands. I also subscribe to 2 beauty boxes, the Simply Beautiful, as well as I just started FabFitFun, so I always get new skincare items. So, and this fresh soy cleanser, how many of you have about 50 bottles of this? Because I know Sephora was on a big kick of giving this out last year, and it is lovely. So that's another thing I'm going to not buy. With the exception of my anti-aging products. I will still continue those, but a lot of these are masks. I have 1,000 cleansers in here, many serums, tons of eye creams. I don't think I need to buy eye cream for the next year. I have so many because they're large amounts. Eye makeup remover and cleansers, if I haven't mentioned that. So these items I will not be repurchasing. I will be using samples only. So we'll see how that one goes. And lastly in samples is makeup. The majority that's in here is foundations, concealers, and mascaras. The rest, like lipsticks and all that kind of stuff, I'll just try them, and I can't vow to not buy lipstick this year, so it's not going to happen. But, oh, and I have a lot of primers. Enough definitely to get me through the next year. So again, this is makeup products, with the majority being foundations. So I don't need to buy any foundation this year. As tempted as I am, I will not buy any foundation or primer for sure. And mascara, I mean, honestly, I have so many samples of mascaras. I bought a beauty box at Christmas that came with a bunch of Sephora samples. So I'm going to be digging through that one as well. Lastly is body products. I love body lotions. As you can see, when I mentioned fragrance, I love fragrance. I love body sprays, fragrance, body lotions, and I have from Bath and Body Works, Body Shop stuff, to luxury brands as well. So that is another thing. I have a ton of hand cream, body lotion, soaps, and body washes. So that's another thing I plan to not buy this year because I have hoarded and collected and I've received as gifts. So I'm not going to buy any of those items either, with the exception of body scrubs, because that's one thing I don't have a lot of. So that I will buy throughout the year. And of course, as I mentioned in the beginning, if I see something when I'm traveling that I cannot buy in Canada or even order online, if it's from a boutique, a specialty boutique, then I will make a purchase. Other than that, this is my plan for this year, is to not hoard and to get through my samples and see how it goes. And again, I'm going to report back to you guys so you can keep me on my toes and make me accountable, and I will give you a full review on each item and if I would repurchase in the future. So anyway, thanks so much for watching today, and if you enjoyed my video, please click like, and if you want to see more beauty content or see how I go with this challenge, stay tuned and please hit subscribe and the notification bell so you're notified of all my videos. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much. Bye.